Hola amigos, espero y disfruten de mi siguiente receta. Hola mis amigos de YouTube y Facebook, aquí estamos de nuevo con mi siguiente receta. Y ahora estamos Patricio y yo, mi sobrino, que va a él a hacer la receta, pero esto va a ser algo muy rico y de hecho ahorita les vamos a dar todos los ingredientes. Es un chile que vamos a hacer con 3 carnes, y tiene muchas especies, pero ahorita les vamos a enseñar poco a poco cómo va a ir, porque esto nos va a quedar bien riquísimo. Entonces, antes de darles la receta, voy a mandar unos saluditos muy especiales a Lola Barrientos, Rosalba Cornejo, Delia Palomares y también de Puritito, Sinaloa. Por aquí les vamos a mandar saludos a César Guerrero, Esmeralda Pedrosa y Celi Guerrero. Así es de que esos saluditos son para Puritito, Sinaloa, pura gente que se ha suscrito de por ahí y que les damos mucho las gracias porque nos está ayudando mucho. Si ustedes nos siguen apoyando, nosotros seguimos haciendo recetas, y aparte de esto les voy a decir que viva México, porque son nuestras fiestas patrias, Ahorita nosotros estamos cumpliendo 213 años de nuestra independencia de México. Así es de que por ahí estamos. Muchos saluditos. También El Salvador, también fue su independencia. Así es de que muchos saludos al Salvador también. Y aquí vamos a seguir con la receta. Así es de que vámonos y síganme. Vámonos.
Hey guys, tonight we're going to make a really good fall winter dish. It's called chili. This is going to be a 3-meat chili. It's a really good thing as you start going into the colder weathers. It's really good comfort food. So a lot of ingredients. Looks complicated, but it's really not. So we'll start out here with a couple of the meats. So you're going to use 2 pounds of ground beef, a pound of Italian hot sausage, and then some chuck meat already cubed. We'll have some pepper jack cheese for a garnish, and then we're going to start with a couple poblano peppers, 3 Anaheim chilies, 2 jalapenos, 2 red bell peppers, a green onion for garnish. We're going to use 2 yellow onions. We're going to use a beer for a taste, and you can use any beer you want. We're going to go ahead and use Miller High Life tonight. A lager can be good, like a Sam Adams. You're going to need, let me turn this around here a little bit so you guys can see everything that we need. You're going to need 1 can of tomato paste, 3 cans of tomato sauce, a can of chicken broth, 2 cans of kidney beans, 2 cans of pinto beans, 1 can of fire roasted diced tomatoes, and then we got some spices. So we're going to use some ground coriander, cayenne pepper, fresh garlic, onion powder, kosher salt, garlic salt, black pepper, chili powder, cumin, and then we're going to eat it with some really good Salditas crackers. Hey, so the first thing we got to do when we're going to do the chili is we're going to have to roast a couple of the vegetables. So we're going to take 3 of the Anaheim chilies and we're going to roast them, and then we're going to take the poblano peppers and we're going to roast those as well. And then once we're done with those, we're going to go ahead and peel them, and then we're going to go ahead and chop them and dice them up. All right. Hey guys, as we're finishing up roasting the chilies, we need to start preparing some other vegetables. So we're going to have to take 2 red bell peppers and we have to chop them up pretty fine, 2 jalapenos and 2 yellow onions. So we're going to just dice those up, right? So we want to clean them out with the seeds. You're not going to want any seeds in anything that we do tonight, right? And then we're just going to go ahead and cut this up, and then we're going to start just a simple chop. It's not going to be a lot. You cut the strips, and then if you've never done it before, then you just kind of chop it in like this. And we're going to do that with the 2 onions and the 2 jalapenos while the roasting finishes up before we have to peel them, and then we're going to do the same thing with them.
Bueno, pues aquí ya estoy dorando mis chiles, los, ¿cómo se llaman? Los poblanos, y estos amarillos ya se están dorando. Miren, venga por aquí. Y ahorita lo que vamos a hacer, pues vamos a ponerlos en una bolsita de plástico para poderlos pelar. Ya casi están. Bueno, pues aquí ya mis chilitos ya están bien dorados. Y pues hay que hacer esto para que se nos pelen muy bien. Los vamos a poner en una bolsita por aquí. Y pues los vamos a poner todos y para que se nos, para poderlos pelar. Y los vamos a dejar como 10 minutos para que se enfríen, para poderlos pelar. Pero miren qué bonitos nos quedaron, miren. Bien doraditos, bien ricos que se miran. Y ahorita lo que vamos a hacer es pelarlos y luego les vamos a sacar la semillita también. Y para empezarlos a cortar para las recetas. Así que pues miren qué bonitos nos quedaron, miren. Ahí estamos.
Hey guys, so we finished chopping up the jalapenos, the onion, and the bell peppers. We're still waiting for the chilies to cool before we can peel and chop them up. So if you already bought the pre-cut meat, this is still a little bit too thick, right? So the cube should be about 1/4 inch. So we're gonna have to take this meat now and we're gonna have to cut this in like about 1/4 inch cubes. So we're gonna cut it in half and in half. So we're gonna do that while we're waiting for the chilies to cool, and then we'll be able to start making what we're gonna make. All right, so we've got the chilies. They've already been cooled. We've peeled them. Now it's gonna be time for us to cut them, dice them, so that we can get ready to actually start cooking the chili. So once they're peeled, you wanna be real careful here. And once you do it, you're gonna open them, and you wanna make sure that you take all the seeds out. So this is where the option of having a really hot chili or just a spicy chili will come into it. If you want it to be really spicy, then you don't clean the seeds, you chop all of it up and you put the seeds in there. Tonight, we're gonna take the seeds out and clean it, and it's just gonna be a regular chili with a little bit of heat. But if you want it to be really, really spicy, you would leave the seeds in there. So we're gonna go ahead and cut those up. But before we do that, I gotta recognize the YouTube channel that we're on, guys. It's Recetas Caseras de Mi Familia. If you guys subscribe to this channel, you'll get this cookbook, which has like over 400 recipes. They're awesome, they're outstanding. And this is what you should be looking for if you're having a hard time finding something to cook. Again, Mi Familia, Recetas Caseras de Mi Familia is the one that you wanna use. Hey guys, welcome back. We're now done with all the chilies and cutting everything. But once again, I want to make sure that we're subscribing to the YouTube channel, Recetas Caseras de Mi Familia. When you subscribe, you get this awesome cookbook. It's got like over 400 recipes. So now we get to start doing our chili. So you got a pot on high heat. You're going to put a couple tablespoons of olive oil in. You're going to take and put couple teaspoons of butter. See how that is? It's going to sizzle real nice. And then now we're going to add the chilies, all of the vegetables that you spent all that time cutting up. And we're going to do this for probably about 3 or 4 minutes. And then we're going to add the meat. Okay, so it's been about 4 or 5 minutes. And you can see the vegetables are then really caramelized. So now we're gonna take the cube steak and we're gonna put this in here. And now we're gonna brown this. And this is probably gonna take about 3 or 4 minutes. We're gonna get it browned. And then after this one is browned, then we're gonna add the ground beef and we're gonna add the sausage. Then after that, we'll start adding the spices. But once again, I really ask that you guys subscribe to this YouTube channel to get all these great recipes for Recetas Caseras de Mi Familia. Once you subscribe to YouTube, you'll also get this awesome cookbook with over 400 recipes. Thank you. Okay guys, so now we've added all the meats and they browned up real nice and they're in here. So now it's time to start with the spices. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take about 2.5 tablespoons of minced garlic. We're going to put that in there. We're going to go with 2 tablespoons of cumin. We're going to go with 3 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, we're going to take 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Then we're going to add 2 teaspoons of paprika. Now, if you want it to be a little bit hotter, you could use hot paprika. We're going to take 2 teaspoons of ground coriander. Then we're going to go 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. And we'll do 2 teaspoons of onion powder. We're going to do this, and we're going to mix this for probably let it kind of marinate in here for probably about 2 or 3 minutes. And then we'll start adding some of the other ingredients. And once again, guys, with all these recipes and everything you're seeing here tonight, we want to have you subscribe to the YouTube channel of Recetas Caseras de Mi Familia. You do that, you get this cookbook with over 400 recipes. Be outstanding. Okay, guys, we've added everything, all the meat, everything, the spices. They've marinated for about 3 or 4 minutes. So now it's time to start just adding all the ingredients, from the chicken stock to the beer to the tomato sauce, the paste, the tomatoes, and all of the beans. And again, before we move forward with this, I really would like you to subscribe to Recetas Caseras de Mi Familia for the YouTube channel. You get the awesome book that we talked about on the cookbook, free. And then obviously it's a Mexican independence, so Viva Mexico. Okay, guys, so we're going to take and put a half a can of chicken stock in here. We're going to take and put tonight 1 12-ounce bottle of Miller High Life. Any beer or lager that you want, you can add. I will say the ales will enhance the chili to make it a little bit hotter. We're going to add the 3 cans of tomato sauce. We're going to add the 1 can of tomato paste, which is going to give it a little bit of thickness on there. So if you're wondering why so much, so we got to get all that in there. Then we're going to add the 1 can of fire roasted tomatoes with the juice. And then 2 cans of Sun Vista pinto beans with the juice. And we're going to go with 2 cans of red kidney beans with the juice. Now, if you really don't like kidney beans or pinto beans, you don't have to add them. I just really like them for this recipe. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to take our heat, we're going to put it on low, we're going to cover it, and we're going to let it cook for about 1.5 hours, 2 hours.
Bueno, pues ya terminamos la recetita por aquí y estamos listos para servir, así que ya tengo mi platito y por aquí nos vamos a ir listos con nuestra comida y vamos a probar y vámonos a servir.
Okay, it's been about 1.5 hours. We've let this simmer. So now it's time to taste what we've done. So you're gonna want to scoop this up, get a good bowl full, right? It's a little bit of juice and everything here. We're gonna do 2 because we gotta have a couple. We gotta taste this. So do this one. There we go. Now I like to add a little bit of toppings, right? So we're gonna take a little bit of a chopped green onion with the garnish and the head of the onion. We're gonna put it in there on each one of them, right? So we want a little bit of that. And then you can use any cheese you want. Some people like cheddar or a Monterey. I like pepper jack. So we're gonna add a little bit of cheese to the top of it, right? A little bit of cheese there. And then we're gonna just eat this straight like a normal meal with some crackers, and it's gonna be a great thing. All right, hey, so we finally finished and we plated up, and I like to do a little bit of garnish with the green onions chopped, a little bit of a pepper jack cheese and the crackers, and we're about to taste it. But before we taste it, once again, I need you guys to subscribe to the YouTube channel Recetas Caseras de Mi Familia. You do this and you're gonna get this cookbook and all these awesome recipes, and you're going to be able to taste this. So we're going to go ahead and taste it right now.
Vamos a probarlo. Machaca.
Mm. Obviously, if Juan likes it, once again, we gotta absolutely subscribe to Recetas Caseras de Mi Familia, and you can dance like Juan.
Riquísimo. Y que viva México.
Viva México! También.
Viva.